Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time with the Crypto Lifer, baby. We're going to give you what you need every single day here. We're not going to waste your time. May God bless each and every one of you. Bam, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Had to pay some homage to the red today, you know what I mean? God bless you all. But come on, man. Look at the gray and the red. They go together so well. I used to have an Echo hoodie I used to wear every day in college. Similar kind of color scheme. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We're going to break it down. If you're in the trading group, we're going to talk about the gains we've made. We are going to promote this group because this group is hot, baby, and the money keeps flowing in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on into the live and kicking it with the lifer, baby. With the lifer. Let's get this pocket square up and running, baby. Make sure people can see that square. Let's square off, no offense. You know what I mean? But I'm so excited to be here with each and every one of you. Today is a blessed day. It is August the 22nd. All right? I'm going to tell you more about the real estate deal. So, look, the bank came back, hit me with 9%. 9% makes the deal a little, cash flow cuts in. And we're deciding maybe we go cash. And I'm about to go all cash. But it's going to be like it's a $750,000 purchase. We're talking a $375,000 cash with me and my buddy. So I'm going to go all cash, baby. I've decided. And so we still haven't closed the deal yet if you've been paying attention to the deal. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Let's break it down. That ticker is rolling. Let's see what's happening in the news. Let's see what's going down. Money flowing into cryptocurrency. We got a little bit of Bitcoin buy. We have some Aave getting bought in. A little bit of Engine Coin. A lot of Bitcoin getting bought up right now. These are good prices for Bitcoin in the long term. Right now, I have been buying up spot Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, if you're not buying up spot Bitcoin at these beautiful prices, you are playing yourself. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but you know what? I'm in the pocket. I see what I'm doing, and I'm grinding. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of money flowing into Bitcoin. A little bit of Tether, some XRP, a lot of Ethereum right there. And look at this Litecoin too. Interesting. People feeling like Litecoin is a good buy. Remember that EDX or whatever that exchange with Citadel, Fidelity behind it. That's going to be a pretty big deal. Big news in the trading group. We talked about a RUNE short last night. I put out a short for RUNE. Let's break it down. Let me teach you something. I don't like to throw gains in your face without showing you how we made the gains. I want you to, to me, it's more of a learning process, but it's an advertisement for the group and a learning experiment, right? So, but look, I'm looking at RUNE. I love bearish divvy for short money. Could be a good time to begin shorting RUNE. The daily is cooked. I will wait for the 4 hour to get overbought. I was gonna wait. I did not. I ended up entering the trades. I apologize for that. But it could be a time to start shorting, to begin shorting. Which means you open up the position. Massive bearish div on the 4 hour as well. So the 4 hour had a massive bearish divergence. To me, even if the stochastics are a little low, which they were, it tells me we're likely to come home to roost to the downside. Had you taken the call, all right? Had you listened to the lifer, I use 20x leverage. I'm up even more than that right now, up 146%, almost 150% gains overnight. Started the trade at 5 or 6 o'clock last night. And so here we are about 13 hours later, banging on them. To the upside, 15 hours later, up 137%, and that's only 20x leverage. I mean, even spot, this thing would have made some gains. Okay, so shout out to everyone that took advantage of the RUNE short to the downside, and then I have something to show you that's really, really interesting. Look at this. I'm always looking for patterns. My mind can find patterns, and that's my forte at trading. I have I'm not going to say I'm autistic because that's rude to say, but I am on like a spectrum type of thing. Like I have a spectrum thing where like I might miss what normal people, like one day I saw the word comedian and I thought it was comedian. Like you get it? Like my mind broke it into C-O-median, comedian. And then I was like, wait, it was kind of how it was spelled, but that told me something about how my brain works. Like I separate things. I see different pieces than other people, whatever. So look at this really interesting concept here. Funny with the music, all ethereal, right, as I'm doing this. But look, the 21 crosses the 200 SMA. Usually a good sign, right? But that usually means that the 21's getting extended, all right? And you're going to have to get this outward movement where the 200 is going to go down and cross through multiple. And so look, we were in a rising wedge. We had bearish divvy for RUNE, and the 21 had crossed. Look at here, a rising wedge. We had a little bit of bearish divvy, and the 21 crossed. Here we have the rising wedge, and the 21 crossed. Now, once the 21 crosses, that's usually the beginning of the movement up a little bit, and then you start to get the cross. But this thing is already starting to dump. It's just interesting to me. And to me, the daily is very overbought. Looks like we could come all the way back down. So you pull a fib here, and basically it looks like we could get all the way back to 130. You know, a lot of people have profit down at 150, 146. I have some profits at 129. I want to go to 129, right? So I'm in the short, and I'm going to continue in the short. The daily looks like it's going to dump on us. This may be a 500% trade. This may be the one. You never know. My stop loss is in profit right now, so the worst that can happen is I make, 50%, 30%, something like that, right? So take advantage. Always use proper risk management. Don't force trades. Learn divergences. And this was simple. I didn't have to use 100 indicators. I found a bearish div and I opened up the trade. It was that simple, everybody. Like I didn't do anything different than that. I said, bearish div, time to open up a trade. I also said this thing's been pumping for days. Everyone's getting into it. At one point, it's going to come down. That's simple, right? Look at the MACD. Look how extended the MACD is, right? And then look, my old volume trick. You have falling volume right here with rising price. It tells you that you're about to get a drop, right? First, you had rising volume, but look what happened here at the apex. You started to get the break, all right? You started to get the move to the downside. That's what happens, okay? And then boom. So just understand these concepts. Use them to your advantage. Don't live in fear. Every single trade is separate from the last trade. Just because you lost 10 trades straight doesn't mean the next trade you're going to lose. You could win 10 straight. You could lose 10 straight. You could win one and you could lose one. You got to just play it one step at a time, one day at a time. All right? Where do we make these beautiful trades? We make these beautiful trades here on MEXC. All right? MEXC is the place to be. If you're not on MEXC, I don't know what to tell you. You're living under a rock, sorry to say. I don't mean to be rude, but you are living under a rock if you're not trading MEX Global right now. I'm telling you right now. Not only is it easy, look how simple it is. When you're trading, they're going to give you a stop loss. Well, you should be putting in a stop loss. Once you put in a stop loss, you can drag your stop loss to break even. Let me show you in a second. It's so fun. It actually is fun. It's like a video game. You know what I mean? And honestly, trading should be fun. There's a lot of people that trade trading is fun for them. It's not this horrible process where they're always struggling and they're going up and down and they're emotional and they're sick to their stomach. If you just do what the trades are supposed to do, you know what I mean? Just do what the trades tell you to do and nothing more, right? Just don't reinvent the wheel. Too many people are in their minds, in their heads. They don't get the education. If you get the education, you're ready to go, all right? If you get the education, you are ready to go. Sorry, I'm having like technical difficulties here. Sean, every morning, can you please text me the link to the trading group and to MEXC so I can easily grab it? I don't know why I make things so hard for myself when I have such a beautiful team that's willing to help me at any step of the way. I just have to tell them, hey, I need help, and they'll do it. But the MEXC link and the Discord link, please join the Discord and the MEXC so you can get all the calls that I'm putting out. You know? I want you all to get paid with me. I don't want to be the only one making 140% last night. I want you to make that money too. All right? I want you to get involved. I want you to get the education that can teach you how to do this. Look, rising wedges break to the downside. Now you're making lower lows. So that means if you come up, you're likely to make a lower high and then another lower low. This is a downtrend, and this thing is flying to the downside, all right? At 10%, at 20x leverage, that's a 200% gain, all right, from the entry. I made one first trade, got out, made a second trade, and continued the trade to the upside. And you don't need a lot of money. $50 could turn into $70. Imagine turning $50 into $130. And then imagine turning 130 into 200. Then imagine turning that 200 into 1,000, and imagine turning $50 into $1,000. You can do it. It's going to take discipline, hard work. It's not going to be easy at all. Nothing is easy. My dad always said, if someone's in front of you telling you it's easy, get away from them. You know, my dad gave me enough to keep me for the rest of my life safe and ready to go. My dad was a warrior. My dad told me what I needed. My dad was there for me. God bless my father, and God bless everyone who's a dad today, and God bless all the beautiful souls out here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's break down what's happening to Bitcoin. But that was interesting on RUNE, right? And I just wanted to show you how you can make gains. And Bitcoin's going sideways, right? Bitcoin's just going sideways. So look, the daily oversold. We should be getting a bounce back to the upside at one point. The RSI is lower than it's been, lower than this low here, when we took this big pump back to the upside and we dumped. However, we are below the 200 SMA. We must flip back above this. We could come up, hit it for resistance, and continue to dump. I am bearish right now. And I told everyone, right? I kept saying I'm bullish because we're above the 200 SMA. I said I'm not going to flip bearish until we go below it. Imagine we went below it and I still remain to be bullish. That's when you know I had a mental problem, right? I've seen people like that online. I'm not going to mention them by name, but you all know who they are. You know one specific YouTuber. I'm pretty sure all of you know who he is. The dude has stayed one way for years. He refuses to change. He missed multiple pumps to the upside. Watch. Who is it? Who is it? Watch this. Nah, don't forget about it. I love everybody. Huh? It's just funny. The one we shall not name. You know what I mean? My whole point is, in everything in life, it's good to be open. It's good to remain open. Now, Gareth, I like Gareth. I believe Gareth just gives it to you exactly how it is. Yeah. Some people think Gareth's a perma bear. I completely disagree. Gareth's the man, dude. He's awesome. I love that dude. Smart dude. Nice guy, too. Like, one of the nicest people you ever meet. You know? Funny, once you meet these people personally, it's like, you know, like, I go to bat for Gareth all the way. Nice dude, man. Really, straight up. Honorable, nice man. If that dude ever needed anything and he reached out, whatever I could do, man. He's a very nice man. How to access my course? Hit the link in the description of all my videos. I make it so simple. Okay? So just hit the link in the video. All right? So Bitcoin in a bear flag on the 4-hour time frame. Oversold on the stochastics RSI. Unable to get above a previous resistance at 26,200. If Bitcoin can't get back above the zone, expect more downside. All right? Big Pimpin' Spin and Cheese, 777. Shout out to Irish Aries, Matt Stevens in the house. Shout out to Johnny B. Shout out to Internet Money. Shout out to Andrew D. Viblis. Shout out to GF Burke in the house. Shout out to Cake Superstar. Shout out to Jamie. You can't win a trade unless someone else loses a trade. If everyone was a good trader, there would be no good traders. We need people like Crypto Y. You're funny, man. Optimal. Yo, Lifer. We need the Jordan Savvy filter now. You're funny, man. Oh, he has one of those? He's funny, man. You got to love Jordan for that stuff. He does call it out. He calls it what it is. So this is a bear flag to the downside. Measured move could take us very far. We're talking 23,000. All right? And I'm not saying I'm not a perma bear. You know, some people are like, oh, this guy's bear. Now, the one thing we do have is the 21 away from the 200 SMA. If we flip this upside down, that's when I like to short with the divergence. And it's likely we drop to the downside. So we could get a beautiful Bart Simpson, inverted Bart Simpson back to the upside. I'm looking for it. We have the divergence. Just show me the break back above resistance. At least get me back up. Like, I don't want to long anything until we get back above 26,300. You know what I mean? Until we get, you know, even this little nick, right, this little notch right here, like, break back above 26,596, 600 to remain bullish. And then maybe we can do some type of V-shaped recovery, higher low, and begin to break on out back to the upside. But, you know, we are at the volume area lows. We suggest some type of pump back to at least the point of control. But we'll go from there. If you don't know what I'm saying, I'm talking about the terms of the VRVP. I'm talking about terms of sideways profile price action. Looking at the volume on the profile. And we have volume area highs. We have, and I'll break it down for you in a second, right? I'll break that down, the terminology for you. Who here has no idea what I'm talking about and wants me to explain? Who here knows? Put a 1 if you don't know what I'm saying. Put a 2 if you know what I'm saying. I just want to judge the overall education of the group here, so I don't overbear, but I also provide the best experience possible. Help me provide a good experience. So 2, 1 doesn't understand, 2 you understand. So a lot of people don't understand. I love it. A mixed bag. All right. So the 2 people that do know, they want the 1 people to know. All right. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about right now. Talk about value area highs, value area lows, and the point of control. We're going to break it down for you right now. Team, we should clip this out and make it an educational video. And then this is also a very evergreen content we could use over and over again. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? 159 people on the live. 388 likes. 159 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up, baby. Unpopular opinion. Cryptocurrency is a master manipulator. It is actually crypto's biggest perma bull. Funny. Shares finances cooking. Unpopular. Oh, yeah. I promise to never say his name again out of my mouth. I'm picking up what you're putting down, my man. Always good to always teach, even if it's repetitive. Amen. Clip it. Lights, camera. Stack McChange in the house. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. And I wear my red shirt and my red pocket square because I'm making money on the red today. You know what I mean? So, hey, I pay homage to both sides, red and the green, baby, as long as we're getting paid. All right, so right now we have a strong resistance, and this looks like a bear flag. I am respecting the fact that we had a divergence here as this swings up nicely while that swings down, and that could be our capitulation low. So far, we do have a higher low, low, a high, a higher low. We got to put in a higher high. If we come back for a higher low right there as a retest, then I may take it long. But until then, a long to me doesn't make any sense. All right. Now you could make an aggressive long through the pattern, like we might bounce up here to the top of the pattern, but that's a different story. I'm talking about like general, a bigger move for Bitcoin out of this dark kind of downward zone. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here on the RSI. RSI has a bullish divergence here on Tuesday morning, and we see ourselves in a bit of a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. So there's a higher likelihood based on this pattern that we're going to break up at least to the top of the pattern on the 15-minute. I am looking for some type of bounce here for Bitcoin, even just a small scalp bounce to the upside. So if you're in a short or watching your trades, if you're in a heavy short, you may want to watch it, but it looks like we're going to come up here. If we can breach and retest, great. I just see us probably likely coming up here, and then we could maybe, depending on what the stochastics do, we could get a rejection from that exact resistance. We have major resistance here. Bitcoin has to break. Look, resistance. 5 times now. You have slammed into the zone and not been able to get above it since the capitulation wick on the 18th. So it's been 4 days, right? On the 22nd, even 4 days of chop for Bitcoin after that nasty drop. Also, this is a point of control here. You lose this red line, you go to the value area low. So this is the VRVP. Let me explain what I just said I was going to talk about. So you can grab the fixed range, right? And if you want to see an area, so you look at an area of price action, you'll look at it all here. You can grab the top to the bottom, and you're going to get a yellow line in the middle, a blue line, and a blue line at the bottom. This blue line here is the value area low. That's where price action has come down to. This is the value area high, where price action kind of started bringing back and kind of wants to make it back up. The middle is the point of control. The point of control is the level where if you lose it, you likely fall down to the higher or lower areas. So if Bitcoin can get above here, start to break on out and stay above this red line, likelihood it comes up here to this. And look, there's a node sticking here. And that's why I like using the big one. But a lot of people like using the fixed one. This one will change whatever you have on screen because it's going to read the data that you're giving it. This one will be fixed. You can put it wherever you want. This is the fixed. This is the moving. You know what I mean? You can see they load up together. You got the gap, the gap, the gap, the gap, right? And you should have a point of control matching, all right? And that's when people are talking about the value area highs, the value area lows, and the point of control. That's what they're talking about. And you can access this indicator here, right here, fixed range volume profile, all right? BlackRock will be best Bitcoin down, my opinion, with FUD. Yeah, just go to the market and type USDC, my man. Anyone know how to trade USDC for USDT on MEXC? Yeah, very simple. Like he told you, just go to markets and type in USDC. Now you're speaking my language, lifer. My trading game revolutionized when I learned value areas, divvies, and liquidity mapping. Amen. Shout out to Bison9 in the house. All right. So Bitcoin showing signs from a divergence that it wants to break to the upside. The high likelihood is that we do get a bounce for Bitcoin to the upside. The 7-minute and the 15-minute are both oversold. I would expect a bounce here at about 10:30, right? The 1 hour also getting oversold, all right? The only thing is that 4 hour is absolutely horrible, but let's see what the small time frames can do. Now, if we end up coming up here, making a right shoulder, could be a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder, and if we lose this line on if the 5-minute or the 7-minute decides to lose this level here, we bearishly retest it, that's going to be your indication to short. And right now, we are below the point of control. We have to get back above the red line, even just for beginners. So the probability is we bounce to the top of the channel. We get a scalp. I call a long scalp right now, but that's it. I'm not, then we have a major resistance that we may hit, come back down, and we could bearishly retest. I remain bearish. I want to make it clear right now. We're below the 200 SMAs on the daily, the 3-day and the weekly. Bear City, okay? Are we below the 200 SMA? Yeah, and we're below the 200 SMA on basically every time frame. We need to reclaim the 200 SMA on the smaller time frames first. That's how it all starts. So the first thing we would do, and you can backtest this all. I've learned all this. It took me years to figure this out. So I'm giving you years of data right now. What you can do is you can watch the 7. The 7, the first thing we'll do is the 7 will get really far away. Then it'll bounce. It'll play this game. Eventually, its final low will be where the 200 SMA is. When it finally makes a higher low off of the 200 SMA as a bounce, then it can flip. Then the 15-minute will flip above the 200 SMA. Then the 1 hour will flip above the 200 SMA. Then the 4 hour will flip. Then the daily. Then the 3-day. Then the weekly. And then you recover. So the smaller time frames are going to give me the edge. Like, we cannot recover on the weekly till the 7-minute breaks above the yellow line. You get it? This concept, this is what happens in trading. You learn the 1 hour. You get it a little bit. Then you learn the 4 hour, right? Then you start realizing that all the time frames matter and you get really confused. The 7 looks one thing, the 4 looks one way, and then you, for a year, so you have your trading down on one time frame. Then you add more time frames and you get really confused, I'm being honest. And then there's like a 2 to 3 year period, if you're doing it right, where you're in a bit of confusion because you're feeding your subconscious mind new data and you can't compartmentalize it. You're not sure exactly the relationship between the time frames. It gets confusing. This is data. Right now I'm hitting your mind in a ethereal place where I'm discussing how you go through your motions as a trader in your brain. It's more than just technical analysis, right? I'm channeling through your neurological pathways while you're building the process, right? This is what's going to happen to you if you enthrall yourself totally into trading. I'm closing my eyes because I'm telling you my actual journey into trading. It's changed the entire way I think. It's changed the mapping process of my brain. And that's what I'm attempting to do to you. I want to change the subconscious mind. I want you to see things completely differently than you ever saw them before. That's why we flip the charts upside down. That's why we change your perspective. That's why we shake it up. Okay? So back to what I'm saying here. Eventually, you understand how the 7 moves with the 15. Then you understand how the 15 moves with the 1 with the 4 with the daily with the 3 with the weekly. And eventually you can go from the 1 minute all the way to the weekly, and it's one movement. And you can understand, in your mind, you can see, 15 needs to reset, waiting on the 4 hour daily looks like I can hold all the time frames in my brain at once. But that took years of subconscious mind training. Like, I trained my brain to do that. Sounds like I'm being pompous and talking about myself. I get it. But I can't tell you the process without going through my brain and how the brain made the process. So look at me like an experiment. I put myself through years and years of doing this. Now I have some data that I can give you. I have gems that I can give you. I'm the crypto lifer for a reason, all right? Samuel James Price, man, 15 years of trading, bro. I gave my life away. Today, there's people outside running on their bike. There's people kayaking. I'm here on the charts, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single beautiful day of this summer. You know what I mean? And I still got beautiful days. I'm not trying to say I didn't. I was on the beach yesterday, the day before I got into the water. I've had a blast this summer. It's been amazing. But my main goal, my main purpose is this channel and doing what I do with each and every one of you. So I see a move to the upside based on the 7 and the 15-minute bullish divergence. It's a higher low. And so just watch your shorts. Looks like we could get somewhat of a recovery back to the upside here for Bitcoin. Small time frame, though, and I still remain bearish because we have a major resistance right here. And I'll put it up. And that's Bitcoin. Really, Bitcoin's pretty easy today. It's got some chop. I see a quick scalp to the upside for the next hour, 2 hours, and then we'll go from there. All right? And I'll reconvene and keep you guys up to date. But this is strong resistance for Bitcoin. All right? And that's your Bitcoin update. If you're new to the channel, every single day I give a Bitcoin update. And usually it's in the form of a trade. Like, basically, this is a trade. Stop loss below that low. Entry would here. Take profit would be at least the half at the top of the channel and maybe a little more. Once we get here, I would raise the stop loss to break even immediately because we could just come back down to the bottom of the channel. I would take that profit, you know. I wouldn't long until we break above here and use this strong resistance as a support for Bitcoin, all right? This point of control is so important. If we lose it and we slip, we'll bearishly retest. We will likely fall to the value area low here. If we get back above and we pump up, we can go to the value area highs. The point of control is important. We'll be watching.
Friday at 9:30.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I just thought you'd be really happy.
I knew it.
You're happy?
I knew it though.
Okay.
I always get what I focus on. I knew it. I knew it. I didn't believe in you guys. Yes. Yes. Yes! I love my life! I thought I had to leave the island. See, Martha's Vineyard is an enchanting place. Once you get here, you absolutely fall in love with it. I'm telling you right now. And I'm gonna have a retreat here. I'm gonna eventually get a bunch of land here, and I'm gonna bring a bunch of you lifers. Every year I'm gonna be like, you get to come, and you get to come, and you get to come, and we're gonna have like a trading retreat here on Martha's Vineyard. But I mean, this place is #1 beautiful. That's the beach I was on yesterday, 2 days ago. Like, the cliffs were behind me, while the waves, clear water, like the cleanest water in the world because you're on an island in the middle of the ocean. I'm telling you right now, this place is enchanting. But it's hard to get on and off because you have to take a boat to get there. And it's tough. And it sounds like I have a tough life, right? I live in West Tisbury, the farmer area. It's like the middle of the island, but we do have beaches. One of the biggest towns in the whole... We have actually 2 coasts. One of the only towns with 2 big coasts. But Chilmark is gorgeous. Aquina is gorgeous. Edgartown, I mean, the whole island is just a picturesque, beautiful thing. And I thought I was going to have to leave tomorrow because we couldn't get a boat. But we really wanted to leave Friday and have 4 more days with my mom. And I just found out right now that I got 4 more days with my mom on the island. So it's time to rejoice. It's time to be happy, man. I'm grateful. I have so much to be grateful for. I could never not be grateful. I preach gratitude every single day of my life because when you're grateful, so much happens your way. I spent so much of my life. I was a good person. I believed. I was honorable. I would never steal. I would always be there for you. If you told me to wait somewhere, I would sit there and wait. I was the friend that was usually early, and if you were late, I'd waiting for you. I'm a good friend, man. I never let any of my friends down. Like, if I said I was going to be there, I was there, you know? But there was times where I wasn't there for myself. There was times when I got so depressed, I couldn't move. There was times where I have so many thoughts in my head, I was unable to figure out which direction I wanted to go. I wasn't lazy. I had so much work ethic and so much passion, but I didn't know where to put it. And so I was like, I could go this way, but I could go that way. I was like, I could become a lawyer. I could become a real estate agent. I could become a famous actor. I could become a doctor. And I knew I had the potential to be anything I wanted to be, which is a great, and you know, one thing, when someone has no thought process, they just kind of do. I got so jealous at one point. Like, one day I sat there, remember, I was in college, and I watched a guy taking out the trash, and I'm like, he knows where he's going to be tomorrow. He's going to come and take out the trash. I saw a fireman. I'm like, he knows what he's going to do. He chose to be a fireman. I was like, God, please give me what am I going to choose to do? I said, what am I going to choose to do? I remember 22 years old wanting all the answers. I also wanted all the answers at such a young age. And that caused me so much distress because I was begging. I wanted to know it all. I wanted to know who I was going to become, how I was going to get there, when I was going to make my millions, how could I make it? And I said, I have to become a millionaire. There's no way I'm going to live a regular life. I got to make 250, 300 grand a month. You know what I mean? At least, at the very least. Like, none of that, like, just making 300 grand a year stuff. Like, I want to go all the way. I want private jets. I want to fly the world. I want to change people's lives. I want to drill, you know, I want to become a billionaire. Why not? Like, why not? I want to see how far abundance can take me. I don't want to cap my abundance. I don't want to cap it. I want to see how far we can go, baby. And you know what? I used to be at my desk with nobody watching me. I used to sit here. I had no YouTube channel. I just had a dream of being on YouTube. I used to watch Mitch Ray. Getting super chats. And I said, man, that guy's getting super chats. I can do this. I could do this. And I got excited. I got motivated. And I did one video and then another video and then another video. Then I started getting fresh. Then I started putting the suits on. Then I started buying more wardrobes. Then the business started to grow. Then things started to rock. Then more trades started to happen. Then I started hitting cake. Then I started hitting money. You know what I mean? Then people saw me getting it. They saw me 100x Safe Moon. Turned $2,500 into 275,000. People saw me do amazing things with my life. They said, how did this man do this? They said he did it because he believed in himself. He did it because he cared. He did it because he wasn't going to stop until he made what he wanted out of himself. And I'm not even close to where I want to be, and you aren't either. But together we're going to get there. Together we're going to rise out. Together we're going to change the world, baby. And so maybe it was the music. Maybe it was the moment. Maybe it was the energy. Maybe it was the sun. I don't know what made me go hard right now. And I apologize to yell into the mic. I don't mean to hurt your ears. But I got passion like you wouldn't believe. It boils up in me. It pushes out of my pores. It pushes out of my eyes. It comes out of every single part of me. And I want everyone to feel it. I want everyone to grab this world by the brass ring. I want everyone to make life just amazing. And so that's why I come here every day. That's why I don't take a day off, because I get an adrenaline rush from this show. I love this show. This show is everything to me. It gave me everything I have, and I consistently give everything I have back to it. The cycle continues. I love each and every one of you, and love is the strongest frequency. Use love to change your life. Let's get back into the charts. I love y'all, and sometimes I just got to go off, and it comes so strong, and you know what? I'm not here to dibble-dabble with my personality. I'm not here to hide pieces of myself. I'm here to be myself every single day. God bless you all right? Get that pocket square back up. When my pocket square slides down, I'm getting excited. All right? Let's go. Yes. Oof. RUNE trade banging on them, right? We make gains in the trading group. This isn't BS, right? Every single day we're here. The consistency shows, all right? So I see a move for Bitcoin to the upside here. Let's take a look at the DXY. Let's take a look at the ES1. Let's take a look at the world markets for my other traders that are trading other types of assets. The stock market's been in free fall. People have been freaking out. What's happening here wow, S&P on the 7-minute had a nasty crash to the downside. However, it did break out of this, but to me, it kind of looks like a bull trap. We'll break it down in a second for you. All right, so we had this, kind of a bear flag that wanted to break to the downside, but we got back inside of this trend line. You see that? We crept back inside of the pattern. And you can see, look, bounce, 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 lost it. Bearish retest right there. Understand what a bearish retest is. Perfect place to short. You try to get back inside a pattern right at the line. And basically, it's like a diagonal support and resistance flip. Previous support becomes resistance, but it's diagonal. That's all. Don't overthink this stuff. You've got it. Once you know support or resistance, just start doing it sideways. You know what I mean? Or in a diagonal manner. All right, so then the rising wedge broke up, which breaks up. Only 32% of the time. It's very rare. We had tight moving averages. What did we try to do? We tried to pump up to the what? The 200 SMA. If we go to the 15-minute or the 30 pump probably, the 30 flipped the 200 SMA, and now it's attempting to retest oversold. We got to stay inside this pattern right now. You get it? Maybe a shoulder, kind of a head, and a weird right shoulder here, but the S&P, you got to get a bounce here back to the top of this pattern. Stay inside of this so you can break on out. If you come down and you lose this level, you're dropping further down to here. So watch this key area. If the S&P can stay inside the bottom of this channel, it's a good sign. We're going to show you that exact level. So if you're a stock trader, you're trading the S&P futures, if you're trading tech stocks, if you like NVIDIA, if you like AMD, right? If you're into stuff like that, even Tesla stock, a little bit like that, any tech savvy stock, you really don't want this S&P to break back below this level here. You really don't. Okay? So some key insight here from the market. Can we get the bounce? The oversold 30-minute suggests that we can. We have a gap in the VRVP, look, that we came up to, hit this area. We're coming back. Do we come back down to the point of control? Then could we bearishly retest? So I'll be watching this very closely. Looks like we had a bear trap, and look at the beautiful divergence that we got on the 30-minute here. And understand how to use divergence. That's how you make it. And look, divergence, like I said the other day, one day I'm sitting there and I find divergence, and I'm like, divergence is just the right, the left shoulder, and the head. And you'd be like, how? I'm like, check this out. This will blow your mind. But I started, you'll see things, but you have your left shoulder, you'll have your head, then you'll get a right shoulder. The divergence usually is the left shoulder and the head. See that? Understand these concepts. If you're shorting the market, You're going to see a left shoulder and a head, and you're going to see bearish div. The 21 and the 200 are going to be far apart. If you're longing, you're going to see the bullish div with the inverted. The 200 and the 21 are going to be far apart. Price action is going to be away from the 21. Perfect time to snap back to price action. You can trade this long, snap back. Perfect place to take longs when you're getting space away from the 21 SMA. The 21 SMA is a deadly signal. I use it all the time, constantly. You guys see me use it daily on the live stream over and over again. If the S&P cannot hold inside this pattern, there's a likelihood we do drop further. We will test this level first at 43.47, and then the measured move could take us down all the way to 42.83. Let's take a look at that 3-day chart and see what the bigger time frame suggests. It's getting oversold, but it does tell us there's a little more pain to come. It did get a bit of a bounce here. Take off the lock. It did get a bounce, and it's got some tweezer bottoms. It does have a nice 3-day support right there. Look, previous resistance becomes support. There's a chance that this 3-day could hold. We're getting a golden cross on the 3-day. So you really want that 3-day to break out, right? What I'm going to do now is just going to make a pattern sheet here. You can take all your old work, right-click it, okay? Turn it into a group of drawings, and then you can save it. You can call it layer 1 if you want, whatever you'd like, right? Like, that's the first layer. And then, look, I can then now make, but the S&P in way better position than Bitcoin, as it didn't break below the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. You see that? It's getting a golden cross right now on the 3-day. However, Bitcoin eventually getting a dump after that golden cross. So, does it mean, it doesn't always mean it's the best. And remember, just redrawing how we got you here, it was kind of all about this ascending triangle, right? And remember, look, here's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and where? There was the divergence on the left shoulder and the head, just like the other asset I just showed, right? Just like the smaller version of the S&P when we were in here. I learned things from the bigger time frames. I crunch them into smaller time frames, macro to micro, micro to macro. I expand, I zoom in. It's like using an accordion of the brain. The brain is an accordion. We're expanding the brain. We're bringing it in. We're bringing it out. We're staying limber, okay? We're open-minded at all times. We're flowing, all right? We're never stuck. We're never stagnant, all right? We're always moving. We're always flipping. We're always spinning. We're always holding it down, okay? God bless you all for being here with me. You have no idea how much it means that you guys cared about my life enough to show up every single day and make this channel what it was. I am so blessed to have each and every one of you here. What a blessing in my life. All of you. Shout out to the 500 beautiful souls, 254 people on the likes, $49 in chat revenue. And don't worry, we will get to those super chats. Let's take a look at the fan funding and see what's happening. Oh, of course, right as I say that, it happens to be the one, the only, Crypto Billy. I made the song for you. Ready? I'm going to make it up right now. Here it is. There's a man and he cares about others. He was raised well, call him Mr. Smothers. All out in those hills of Ohio. He'll hold you down, that's what I know. And my man, never joking, he ain't silly. Hit me with that $50, Crypto Billy. Yo, I love you, man. God bless you, Crypto Billy, bro. I've never done a country song on the live. I think I just lost a bunch of subscribers. This stream is like coffee of the brain. Best way to wake up for the knowledge machine every single morning. We love you all so much. God bless everybody here on the live, man. I got alerts at 26.1, 25.9 on the 4-hour SI crossing down on the 80. I'm ready. Make your move, Bitcoin. Let's write it, man. Crypto Billy, I love you. I bet you play instruments too, man. I guarantee you probably play the banjo or something. Thank you for never doing a country song again. We need a lifer soundtrack, man. God bless you all, man. Y'all make me laugh every day. Y'all make me laugh. People seem to get annoyed when people love to be themselves, but I'm going to continue to be myself every single day, man. There's no way I'll ever hold myself back, you know? Where's my banjo? Right? Where's everybody in the chat? Where are we going? Where are we doing? What are you guys what did you guys eat for breakfast today? I just had I didn't eat yet. I had just this hazelnut cacao coffee though. It's so amazing. I don't drink coffee. I do when I'm on vacation and stuff. I feel like I'm on vacation, but I'm working today anyway. But when I'm out and about, I like to drink coffee. Egg and mango juice. Oh, that sounds good. Shib on toast. He ate Shiba Inu on toast. I ate coffee for breakfast, egg whites and sourdough. Still fasting, yogurt, nuts, and fruit. Wow, that's a good man. Can you please explain fair value gap? A fair value gap is just an area where you know there's not going to be a move, right? Fair value gaps are basically places where you know price action can move pretty fast through it. That's all. Okay, you know what I mean? Like here's a gap in the VRVP. Here's a gap in the VRVP. All right. You can also identify them by looking at key candles, where key candles close and open. All right. Rune short for breakfast, keep me up all night. I mean, all right. I went to bed at 2 in the morning because that Rune, you know, your short's pumping so hard as you're going to sleep, and you're like, you know, D-Dubs, Norwalk, Lake Erie, my man. Protein shake with bananas, strawberries, and blueberries. I've not ate yet, but gifted chicken salad for lunch. No more Doritos and bologna. Wow, we got you to change your life, man. This guy is now eating well. I love it. I love it. I love it. He's having grilled chicken salads now because of my wife and my team. Coffee and charts, baby. Right? Lifer, what do you think about K-Jin? I've never used Kinjin candles in my life. What's the difference between adding more margin on MEXI or just sitting more buy orders to DCA? Which is better? Is there a difference? It all depends on the risk. I mean, and that's something I'm watching. Like, whenever I'm trading, I look at the risk. I could raise the volume. I could raise the leverage. I could raise the amount of money I put in the trade. The risk can stay the same. So I could put $100 at 50x leverage, or I could put $500 at 10x leverage. And if the stop loss is the same, I still risk the same amount of money. You get it? Sam, what's the biggest influencer with the DXY movement? No, I mean, it depends. It's got a basket of assets around it. Watch my DXY video if you want to know the information about the DXY. So we broke down the S&P for you. We know the key levels to watch. This is layer 2. That's layer 1. And no, I'm not talking about blockchains. I'm talking about my TA that I did on TradingView. But look, you can create groups, layer 2, layer 1. We go back to layer 1, and we go back to that smaller time frame, and we just know how important it is to stay inside this pattern right now. Okay? Otherwise, we're likely going to test at least that double bottom or some low here at 42.85. So pay attention. Let's take a look at the DXY. Shout out to everybody. Why? Because we have to every single day. I usually look at the DXY. Every once in a while I may not, but most of the time. All right. So here we are oversold in the 4-hour time frame, pushing to the upside. Not what we want to see for Bitcoin, right? We want to see the dollar index dumping. Well, look at this trend line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And then we could even turn this into more of a falling wedge flag here. And that's a nice little bullish rectangle flag, you know, kind of falling wedge flag. That's a bull flag. And the 4-hour wants to push to the upside. Not the best sign. What we want is we want this to push up hard, and we want the RSI not to go as high. You know, boom. We even had a bearish divvy kind of here too, because that's pretty flat while that moved up. And we did get the fallback. It's weird that we're getting this push back to the upside here. RSI is getting, you know, momentum. MACD has momentum, so we gotta wait this 4-hour. It suggests that maybe we get a pump up. What I want to see is like basically a fake out. Like I want to see a bull trap here. I want to see the DXY pop out, get rejected, come back down, make some head and shoulder pattern, and break to the downside. So we gotta wait out the 4-hour. The 4-hour is bullish right now. What we'd love to see is the 4-hour come up on the Stokes turn and not break this high. Maybe make some type of double top. All right. 1 hour is getting overbought. We really want to see this 1 hour get rejected. This is what I'm talking about on Bitcoin. It looks like we're going to get a relief long today. And so for the next 6 to 7 hours, usually this takes that long. The 1 hour can break down the RSI and everything. As that happens, that's Bitcoin inversely breaking back to the upside, you see? So we'll watch this closely. I'd like to see the 1 hour come on down. The 4 hour looks pretty bullish, but I'm waiting on this daily that's overbought to tank. And when this daily finally tanks, that could give Bitcoin a bit of a relief rally back to the downside. However, supportive resistance is key. If we get back above 104.31, I mean, that's going to be an issue. So that means we could use that as support again. So I really want to see that the dollar has a problem starting with this 1 hour back to the downside. And I'll keep you guys posted every single day here on the channel. Sammy Casty is going down. What do you think? I did not get back into Caspa. You know, everyone wants to know what I'm doing with Caspa. I'm going to make a whole series on how I traded Caspa, what I'm doing with it, and break it down. All right. So last time we traded it, we got a 5% pump that gave it all back to the downside. All right. Let's break down what's happening with Caspa. Now, right off the bat, I got to show you, you got a bearish div here. Right off the bat. That's bearish divergence. It's not a good sign. Usually means you're going to start falling to the downside. Okay? Right off the bat. Are you below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour? If you are, that's bearish. You're not yet. You got back above it. All right? If you can stay above it, you know, it's got a slanted inverted shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. It's got a slanted inverted head and shoulder. It does have a point of control. If it can get up there, there's a gap in the VRVP where it can gap back up to about 46. I sold at 43. I'm hanging on by a string at this point. I sold here. It came all the way down. I did not get back in on that divergence. Why didn't I buy back in on the divergence? Well, I'm watching the 3-day chart, and the 3-day chart suggests that there's just more pain, you know? However, we did kind of get this wick to the buy-up wick, you know, but again, we got these buy-up wicks here. See that? Just like the same thing. 3-day looked like it was oversold. I got to stick to my divergences. This is a swing up. This is a swing down on the 3-day chart. It tells me that if I stay patient for the next 30 to 40 days, I will get Caspa down here somewhere. I just have to remain patient. The last time I did this, let me show you something. I did this before, and it was an emotional roller coaster for me for a couple nights until I walked away from the charts. I got into here. The pump went up huge. I mean, look, we went up like this. It was like a straight line. We were away from the 21, and we were super overbought. I got out of the trade. But then look what happened. We consolidated, and then at this consolidation, I drew this, and I was like, man, I probably should get back in. It's going to pump. I even drew the flag, and I was like, man, that looks... And I didn't get back in. Why? Because I was watching the 3-day, and the 3-day was so overbought, and it told me that it was going to come back to the 21-day moving average, and it was going to come retrace down somewhere to the 786, and I was going to be able to get it back at 2 cents again. And I sold at 3.8. So, you know, but you know how emotional it was for me to watch this move right here as it started to pump on the 4-hour? And I felt like I had missed out on Caspa. I sold at 3.8. Thing went all the way to 4.3. I said to my wife one day at dinner, I said, man, I think I made a huge mistake. I said, I sold this. I said, but you know what? I'm going to stick to my 3-day chart. Right now, look, the 4-hour eventually made a bearish div too, because it's swinging down here and it's swinging up there. And that was really probably the top. So, you know, I sold close to the top. So you might not sell. I don't sell exactly the top, but I get pretty dang close. Okay. Then I drew my Fibonacci and it came back down to the 618. The whole point is, and I waited on my 3-day, and my 3-day eventually told me that we were just too far away and I would just have to be patient. And when it popped there too, you're wondering, well, am I going to miss out? Price action never goes straight down, and that's the key. And then we got our buy zone right there. And if I drew the fib perfectly, I'm drawing this fib here, but if I had drawn the fib perfectly from there to there, which I'll do just for teaching's sake, the repetitive nature of the teaching. And I can delete my old work because I can come back to this and just redraw, but this was our impulse to the wick, and you can see right to the 786 Fibonacci level for perfect. And that was also an Adam and Eve double bottom on the smaller time frames that made it pretty simple to get back in. Let me show you what I mean. These are called Adam and Eve double bottoms. All right. It's a very beautiful pattern. We used it for Pepe for gains. I used it for this for gains. I've been showing you guys through the bear market how by using technical analysis to play these charts no matter what, right? And kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there, which was also a bit of a pattern. We also drew this as a cup. If you remember correctly, this was a cup. This was a handle, cup and handle to the upside for Caspa, you know? Anyway, we traded this miraculously. I want to see if I continue. So it's a Caspa reality show. The lifer sold up here, right around here. Price is coming back up. Will the lifer have to crawl back in at a higher price, or will the lifer get his lows? And only time will tell, right? I'm sticking to my 3-day chart. And, yeah. And here's another idea here, which I posted to the trading group, and I saw someone else post in my group, a shoulder, possible head, and a right shoulder for Caspa further to the downside here. Also, when you get this far away from the 21, you usually come back to the 200 SMA. We got a point of control down here. We've hit the value area highs. You went into price discovery. You also, but you know, it's funny, you're using this previous high as a support now, though. Could that become a bottom? That's something we didn't really have before on these pumps, but we broke all-time highs before. We did come back to test, you know. So look, here's an all-time high. We broke it. We came to test it, and we continued up. We broke an all-time high, came to test it. Do we continue up? So it hasn't broken a previous high yet. Even here, each time it's broken the all-time high, it has not gone below the previous high. There was an wick, but so there is some bullishness on the daily, and maybe I miss out. There's no guarantees. That's the thing about trading. But what I did do is, if I die tomorrow, that profit will be on my balance sheet for Caspa. And you know, I started realizing, let's take the profits, man. You know, especially in a bear market. So, can you verbally say the POC for Caspa? I can barely see the chart on the tiny screen. Yeah, the let's see here. Well, a smaller time frame or a bigger time frame too, because the point of control down here is about, see, it's changing. I don't know which one you wanted. Right there. I like that one where it's like, it's about 2.6. 2.6 is the area that I'm watching. You just saved my butt. Thank you. Short-term Bitcoin thoughts. You will probably get your way because altcoins are going to range while Bitcoin does its bing bong between 24 and 31,000. Can you, yeah, thank you. Gotta stick to your guns, man. Amen. Amen. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. You're doing it, bro. Givers gain. God bless you, Crypto Billy, man. I love you, man. Hey, man, I've learned from people that were successful. Stick to one thing. Stay disciplined. Do it every single day. Dress nice, right? Do you dress the part? Do you dress the price you charge? Right? Caspa is a lesson in discipline and patience. Oh my God, it is. MATIC on the daily on my radar. And this is how you really make money. See, this is what no one's ever fully explained. You sell here, you wait 40 days, you get back in. You wait another 40 days, you sell, you wait it, you know. This is the true discipline of a trader. Okay? That's a low, that's a high, that's a low, that's a lower high. You should expect a lower low. I'm trading the trend. The trend did change, right? You had a low, you had a high. You're getting higher highs. That's your finally lower, higher low, your first lower high right there. Perfect place to begin a short is at the lower high. So anyway, you do whatever makes you happy. I can't force you to do anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying you should be taking this financial advice. I'm just a guy that shows up every day on YouTube and loves spreading positivity and love light and happiness. And if I can educate you on technical analysis, Fibonacci, support and resistance, candlesticks, you know, VRVP, MACD, stochastics RSI, and the RSI, then I've done my job. My job is to educate every single day. I promised God that I would teach people everything that I know, and I would spread the knowledge that I find. I sat alone in the charts for years, and now I'm here giving you guys what I found. Like an archaeologist that sat inside of the dirt, digging and digging. I now can present the history back to you, and you can use that history to your advantage. Similar idea. I've been an chart archaeologist. That should be the name of our, you know, of our subgroup. Anyway, let's take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is a heat map order book. Showed us where the orders are for Bitcoin. And right now, the most orders are at 25,500. It suggests that we do go lower as we've broken 26,000. We're going to look at that in a second. We're going to show you Bitcoin. Are we going to get the bounce or the bearish retest? Anything could happen. Super chats, ASTR, we'll take a look at that. I'll bring the action to the Lifer meeting, my man. Shout out to Wel Salvador, a chart geologist, my man. That was literally your whole checklist. Listeners should take heed, man. Looking forward to celebrating episode 1000, only a few days away. That's kind of crazy, right? Like, that's nuts. Episode 1000, 1,000 episodes straight. It's one thing to do 1,000 episodes. It's another thing to do 1,000 episodes straight. Like, if you ever told me I was going to YouTube straight for 1,000 days, I would have told you were out of your mind. But because I believed in God, because I put my faith in God, look what I was able to accomplish. You can believe me or you cannot, but I'm telling you right now, once I submitted to God, all the I had mental issues, really, I did. I had depression. I couldn't get out of my own way. There were so many issues in my head. And, I mean, we're going for that Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know what it is, how many straight days of streaming, but I would love to enter myself into the Guinness Book of World Records for the most days ever streamed in a row without a day off, all right? If someone could find that out for me and find out how to submit, and let's make this a reality, because I don't know anyone that streamed that many days straight, you know? Yeah. Say Abdullah, Sam. Abdullah, man. Alhamdulillahi, man. Mashallah, my Lord has blessed me, man. Is CRV toasted at the price after recent accident? I mean, I would stay away from it. We'll take a look at it, though. Shout out to the Gambit SG, my man. All praise to God, Abdullah. Amen. Shout out to Hassan Haj. Yeah, check the angel numbers. It's going to be epic. The shift to 4 digits. All thanks and praise to God for you, lifer. World record is 2,000 days in a row. Really? Dang, man. I got another 1,000 days to go. Oh, my God. Can you believe that? So I got to go like another 4.5 years to break the record. Or 3.5. The most consecutive daily personal video blogs posted on YouTube is 3,653 videos. Wow, he did 10 years. The dude did 10 years. The longest live stream is 624 hours and 37 minutes in duration. Wow. The dude went for 600 hours straight. How? 50% of the way. Just getting started. I mean, I'm 50% of the way from the Guinness Book of World Records. That's insane. Oh my God, baby. You know what? So I don't really focus on the money and the success and all that. I focus on these crazy goals. And I know if I have that goal in my head, that everything else will follow through. So I wake up every day. Can I achieve that goal? You know what I mean? Technically speaking, you need 1,000 more days. And the one holding the world record should stop. Oh, so he's still going, huh? Dang. All right, so he's still going. So, man, you know. 2009, need the proof. Who is this guy? You guys are funny. The lifers don't believe it. They ain't into it. They don't believe it. Anyway, BOOKMAP says liquidity further to the downside at 25,890. And we'll keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live, 11:09, as we head in, getting closer to the news in that news segment. All right. Send in your TA super chats and deep dives. Let me know what you're talking about. Let me know what you want to break down. Let's have some fun today. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Could you look at ASTR? We'll take a look at that. Is CRV toasted at this price after recent accident? We'll take a look at ASTR. We'll also take a look at CRV for the people. This is a show for the people. God bless every single one of you. This thing pumping to the upside. Look at kind of a shoulder, head and shoulder. Inverted, baby. You know. What's hot on MEXC today? Let's take a look. ATC up 23%. Not a lot of volume. Was that ASTR? That is ASTR. So this is what you're talking about. Oh, no, you're talking about ASTR. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at it on MEXC ASTR. Wow, already looks good right when I look at it. You can see I had it in this flag, wanted to go parabolic. It broke that and dropped right with the Bitcoin dump. Let's take a look here. Now, what I like is this trend line moving up. All right. It broke it, but it came back inside, and you're forming somewhat of an ascending triangle. The 4-hour does want to break to the upside, and you're getting tight. I appreciate you, whoever you are. You just probably hooked us up with the gem. I like the 4-hour. Let's take a look at our daily. If it's too beat, we may have some stress. Nah, it's got some room, man. It's got some room with the 50 curving up. I like what I'm seeing on the daily. See how I check the bigger time frame before I enter or decide to enter or even think about? Had that been overbought, it would have got me like, not the best. Shout out to Cody Maupin. Cody, we love you. Thank you so much for the MATIC Super Chat, $1.99. And please send in a TA or deep dive. Everybody, we love you. We're going to get them all right now. We're going to get them out of the way. I'm on that caffeine right now, so I am flying. And I rarely have caffeine on the show. So when I am going at 1,000,000. I'm already a 1,000-mile-a-minute man. I'm not a 1-minute man, though. Hey. Honestly, in high school, I used to have a problem where it would take forever. Hey, that's too much information. But it actually worked in my favor. It'd be like hours. Girl would be like, well, how long is this going to take? I'd be like, takes me a while. Sorry, it's too much information. My wife just said hey in the background. Are you listening? Hello? 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 I guess my wife's not here. I might have imaginated. I imagine my wife yelling at me because she does it so much, you know. She doesn't yell at me, but she does kind of reprimand me like a young child sometimes. It's kind of crazy. Why is the husband like one of the kids, you know? Anyway, BOOKMAP suggests that we go lower. This is a darker red than up here. So it's saying, hey, I want to fill the order down at 25,500 before I go anywhere else. All right? It even has this 25,900 order, which looks like the closest thing. You're the gem, life. We're so blessed to be a part of the movement. Cody Macklin, you're the man, dude. God bless you. Dude, we're moving. Where we're going to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, who knows? But I know we're going to be somewhere better than we are now, right? Maybe on a private island, maybe on a private yacht in Monaco. You know what I mean? Maybe drilling wells for poor kids in Africa. You know, maybe I'm going to be, you know, who knows? But I know I'm going to be doing more for more people. Isn't that blessed? I know 4 years from now, I'm going to be able to do more for more people. When I wake up that day, I'm going to affect more people positively. So every day, my goal is to affect more people in a positive manner. Every single day. And if I can get more well-known, more famous, and use the algorithms and continue to grow, then I can just help more people. So my goal is to help as many people as humanly possible. How to become successful, make other people successful. You will never worry about money again for the rest of your life. I'm telling you right now. This is the key. This is the frequency. This is the vibe. This is the vibration that you, this is how you want to vibrate. I vibrate at this frequency, and I'm telling you right now, alcohol lowers your frequency. It doesn't allow you to vibrate at this frequency. You may think you're vibrating high for the moment in time, but the next morning, your frequency has been dropped so low, it's going to take you days to get back up to that higher vibration. The main reason I don't drink alcohol is more than just the health reasons. It's the vibrational reason. I'm searching for a frequency. That's what people don't realize. Once you obtain a frequency and you're there, you can stay there for years at a time. And I mean a high, amazingly high frequency where you wake up every morning, you feel grateful. You feel good about your life. You realize that every day is a blessing. You take advantage of every situation around you, and you know that you're doing this. You have a pact with God that you're using everything God gave you in this universe. And because you're using everything, you're being grateful through gratitude, right? If someone gives you something and you use everything, the Native Americans, they killed the buffalo, but then they used every piece of it. They ate the tongue, right? They made tools out of the bones. They used the fur in the winter, and then they ate the meat to stay alive, right? They used every single part of that animal. You know, I think they even used the ears for something, you know? The point of the story, for moccasins or something, but the point of the story is your actions speak gratitude. Words are words. My dad always said actions speak louder than words, right? So when you use everything that God gave you, you're saying, God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this animal that you gave for us to sustain ourselves with. So by pushing forward every day and living the best life possible, you're saying to God, I'm so grateful for this experience you've given me. And then God's like, oh, really? Let me give this being more. Let me give this being some more love. And that's how things start to grow. And I'm telling you, and then you forge a relationship with God. The higher power sees that you're taking that vibrational energy and using it the best way possible. You're like a Bitcoin miner. You're using the energy the best. God's going to continue to push the energy into you because he's going to say, well, the energy works good with this thing. And so you're in a cycle. You're in a cycle, and that cycle continues. I'm telling you right now. And it starts with the subconscious mind. It starts with working out because you're saying, hey, I'm grateful for the body you gave me. I'm grateful for this movement. I want to stay in shape. I want to stay feeling good. I want to look amazing. I want to feel amazing every single day. That's gratitude. So to me, working out is gratitude. You know, ASTR looks beautiful to me. I'll put an alert here on this tight channel. The 4 hour and the 1 hour look really nice. The daily looks like it may have a little more gas. You know what? This thing looks like we could get a bit of a move here. It's high risk because I see a little bit of bearish div as that's pointing down and that's flat. But we did bounce and that trend line can hold. We also have a previous resistance which became a support flip right there. I believe this could make 23% gains today. If anything pops, this looks highly likely to make a gain. All right. And there have been some days where the only setups I put out are setups that are given to me on the trading. And not all the time, but it's happened because you guys give us the best setups. And I'm not going to say what's worse. You know, I'm not going to put anything worse if I think that's the best. I look for tight price action over and over again. Simply put, right? Namaste, greetings, greeting you, conscious soul. Shout out to Creators Crypto, giving memberships to people, and memberships are just giving you these access to free behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm going to be doing here on the channel. You're the gem lifer. Shout out to you, man. We're going to look at MATIC. we're going to look at CRV, all right? And that RUNE short just continues to pump to the downside. I mean, we are holding massive gains in the RUNE short. Shout out to everybody. And I could take profits, but I got that thing. I got the stop loss and profit, and I'm just going to wait this puppy out, right? Okay. Don't do stuff like that. Okay. And one thing I will tell everyone, don't ever try to debo my group. You know what I mean? Don't make me feel like you're telling me what to do. Funny. I got defiance disorder. Don't do that. Do never tell me what to do. Funny. All right, let's take a look here. Sam is the man, MEXC, baby. Superchat, CRV, and MATIC. Let's take a look at those two. And we've looked at the DXY. We looked at the S&P futures. We looked at Bitcoin. One thing I want to look at before I jump on into these next ones is, and we looked at Casper in depth too as well. And we did a bunch of teaching today. We broke down some key insights, and I did a lot of mental training in the brain. See, a lot of people come here for TA, and then they leave because they're like, but they don't know. They're the people that leave when I do the mental training are the people that need the mental training the most. Isn't that funny? The people that stay are already mentally trained, and they're just reinforcing what they already know. And they're like, you know what? I know this is good to hear. I'm going to keep this vibration. So it's funny. The people that are on a lower vibration, when you talk about high vibration, they tend to tune out. Isn't that funny? It's just like a radio station. Very interesting. I find the people that need the love the most are actually pushing the love away. You know, it's a frequency thing. It happened to me. I used to remember there were so many people out there willing to love me, but I decided the world was full of hate, and I didn't want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So I stayed in isolation. Anyway, total market cap is the market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies in the game. You could say it's forming this consolidation. If it loses this trend line, it's dropping further down. We're just going to give you your weekly support and resistance levels for the total market cap, so you can kind of stay adjusted and look at the bigger picture. Now, we are slightly higher than that low, so we haven't broken the low yet, but that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder if I've ever seen one, right? And inverted head and shoulders have a measured move from the neckline, and that does suggest that you could test $879 billion. All right, so just right off the bat, you have to see that and see it clearly for what it is. All right, if you don't see that, or you don't want to see that, and you decide that it doesn't exist, then you're a biased trader who's stuck in your bias, and you're not open-minded. Like, you have to be okay with the fact that Bitcoin could go all the way back down to 15. You have to be okay that Bitcoin could go to 10K. If you can't handle Bitcoin going to 10K, then you're not in the right industry. Like, who here can handle 10K again? Physically, mentally, and emotionally. I could do it. I know I could do it. I know I don't want to do it. It's not going to be amazing, but I'm sure we'll probably find amazing shorts. And I believe in opportunity, so I believe we'll find the amazing shorts, and we'll make a lot of money if we go down to 10K. So I actually think because we're so disciplined and the trading group just rocks on, that, why not? You know what I mean? Me, if I'm in a short, see that? I like that. Yeah. So, but if 10K scares you, if 10K makes you so sick inside you can't handle it, you probably may, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking advice, but maybe you need to get out of cryptocurrency, Meg. Maybe this isn't for you. You know what I mean? Can handle whatever. I'm all about the percentage. I love it. I'll be selling everything to buy at 10K. 10K, big short gains to fill big bags. See? My man. So you guys are spot on. So look, total market cap. It had a resistance at $1.14 trillion. Trillion. So amazing. I always forget that. Then we had a nice support zone right here, which we have wick to and got very close on a wick. We did lose $1 trillion market cap. We went to 900 on this candle. The low was 992 billion. So we lost $1 trillion. That's a psychological idea when you lose $1 trillion market cap. All right. So, and now we're kind of like right at this level here where these two candles have closed. You see that? If we lose $1 trillion, 1.03, we're testing 974. So I'm just going to give you the key levels to watch right here for Bitcoin on the total market cap. And I used to do this more often. Sorry, it's not price label, it's price note, which just gives me the big one. So our bottom, 755. Next level is 846. Key level that's not too far, 914. $9.79. And so look, I mean, we're sitting basically, we're hugging the psychological $1 trillion level. We lose that level, we're going to go a lot lower, right? And so what we can do here is we can grab these, slap them on, right click this, hit create the group, right click this, rename the group, and call it weekly levels. Now that's there for us whenever we want. We can turn that off and do full-blown TA wherever we want on total market cap, right? So we know the levels to watch. We lose 1 trillion, we're going to 979, 979 to 914. And technically that's a low, that's a high, that's a low, that's a lower high. You would expect a lower low in the trend. You broke trend. You know, you needed to put in a higher high to keep the trend alive. You did not. You double topped here. Clear as day. All right. You even had bearish div that we talked about many times. So, however, it did look bullish, and I was bullish as long as we were going to stay above that 200 SMA, but we did not. We did not do that. This yellow line, and actually, we never even got. Instead, Bitcoin. It's funny. Bitcoin reacted differently than the total market cap. Bitcoin got above the 200 SMA. Total market cap never did. We got rejected by it and never flipped it. Kind of interesting. Now, some could say, you know, here's your most bullish scenario is that you're doing something like this. And we're going to just consolidate in here, and we're going to get a bounce back to the upside, go tight, and then maybe get a huge breakout. If this trend line can hold, then this is legit. So if we do get a bounce here, I'm going to play this pattern. And so I already know the pattern to play if we get a bounce. And if we fall down, then it's more like we're making some type of falling wedge here like so. And we'll break to here, and then we'll go up and down, and then that wedge will break out at one point when we find our another divergence or our other bottom. So it's either this pattern down here or it's this pattern up here. And we're going to know in the next 2 to 3 days whether we lose this level or not. And then I have the levels to watch on the total market cap, right? I may want it to happen. The gains after that price will be epic. Just went long at the local value area low and the 15-minute divvy. Let's go. Morning, Sam. How are you doing today? Shout out to Jason Caffrey in the house. Shout out to Point Dexter in the house. Who's trying to steal my Debo status? Nobody Debo's the lifer. ASTR 1 hour. Did it break the ascending triangle and retest the downside, or am I looking at it wrong? Thank you. I mean, we have it here. I don't see that. I don't see what you're saying. No. I see this pattern here. I could be wrong. I'm not the end all, but I do this a lot. So you would think, hey, the guy that does it more often than everybody else might be more accurate, but you never know, right? You would hope that after hours and hours of doing this, my subconscious brain would be trained, right? Shout out to Bison9. Shout out to Sean Barringer. I hope I answered you well, Sean. Shout out to Bison9. Shout out to Cake Superstar. Shout out to Creators Crypto. D Shovel. Memory Man. My man. Sam, I trust you more than I trust myself. Sean Barringer, I love you, man. Funny. So that's something to look at. I like this coin right now. The 99 is an ecosystem of some of the most brilliant traders in the space. If you're having trouble charting, there's always someone there to help you. Join the 99 and find your family today. After hours, baby. Shout out to After Hours Investing. I love you, man. Then the weekly divergence on Bitcoin might produce a right shoulder. It could. I think it already did. I'm over it, but just not sure what wallet to get now. Using Ledger. After that last Ledger drama, I want off. Want to be air gapped. Cold card is the obvious choice, I guess. My man. Shout out to Creators Crypto After Hours, my man. D Shuffle. A lot of you guys have made fast friends in the trading group. I love it. Quick stupid question. If we short on CRV, they toasted. Are we able to get the winnings? Yeah, I mean, it should be on the exchange. You should be fine on the exchange. You know, let's take a look at CRV. As my man keeps asking about this CRV. I stay away from drama coins. If I could take advantage of maybe something dumping fast and getting, but I tend to stay away from coins that are in some heavy drama. You know, like Sand, I knew was going to unlock easy short, right? But so let's take a look at CRV here on Max Global. Max Global, the best place to trade. I'm telling you right now. Trade futures right here. And when you trade futures, look, you can just move this up and down. It's so nice. You can move your stop loss like up and down to break even. It's just really awesome. You'll love MEXC, I'm telling you right now. And they have zero spot maker and taker fees. I mean, I can't believe that. I make it really easy to join. I keep the link pinned here in the comment section. So just run up in here, click that link. You help me out. If you like my vibe, if you think you got, good energy from me, hey, if you sign up to my links, I do get a commission. So please sign up and affiliate with MEXC, man. I really appreciate it. I do have a 1 key, but haven't opened it. It's green and special. Interesting. My treasure is on the way, right? New to the group today. Shout out to Ghoster, my man. God bless you. If you're in the group, you got to watch the Watch First videos immediately. You got to watch these Watch First videos immediately. All right? First thing you got to do here is watch first. All right? Anyway, I love Mex Global, man. It's the place to be. So if you join my trading group and MEXC, those are the 2 hottest links going right now. Change your life. Change your life. Stop playing yourself. Go to the group that really does it every day for multiple people. Read the testimonials. See how many people's lives we've changed in the last 2-3 years. Unstoppable. If you have a question about your 99 membership, course registration, and a one-on-one, or would like to pay with crypto, please email cryptolifers@gmail. Opening a business account today at the banks. Any advice is welcome. I mean, no advice. I can't give you financial advice, but I mean, opening up a business account is the best thing that I ever did for myself. You know what I mean? Get it done, man. Just make sure you have you have to get your EIN. First, you have to register as a business. I would be an S Corp. I would not be an LLC. Most people LLC, I would S Corp, but you do whatever makes you happy. All right? The common person will LLC. Someone with far more insight will be an S Corporation. All right? So just, you do whatever makes you happy. And again, I'm not a financial advisor or an accountant. Get a professional in your life. I have professionals that help me. Whenever I have a business meeting, I have the least amount of degrees in the room. The people with degrees work for me. My lawyers went to Harvard and Yale. When you read Lifers testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. Yeah, baby. Love the group. Wish I had joined 5 months ago to save myself a year of figuring it out. What I've already started learning the last several days. See? I like that. Clip that out, Sean, and put that out. Sam has offshore accounts in Yugoslavia. You're funny. I do not. Funny, man. No comment. No comment. All right, so we got the total market cap. We got Bitcoin done. Let's take a look at CRV for my man. So CRV getting pummeled to the downside, but it has a beautiful divergence, which you would say, can it get the bounce? Oh, that's one of my favorite tracks. Remember, we used to pump this one. I'm going to have to pump this for a second. I mean, you're trying to catch a falling knife here with CRV, right? MEXC has nice content and perks. It really does. Interesting. Thank you. I opened an LLC and got my EIN today. Ready to go. I will look into an S Corp. Thank you. Yeah, you don't want an LLC, man. LLC is for kind of like, It's for people that don't know no better, That's what, I'm sorry, but that's just how I look at it. Either you're a corp and you're a boss, or you're kind of playing games with an LLC. But again, I don't know. I do know big-time businessmen that use LLCs a lot, so I use an LLC for smaller things. Like for this building that I'm buying, I'll open up an LLC. And anyone looking for a good lawyer, I've got one. He finished community college, so he's legit. You're funny. No, man, thank you. Nancy Pelosi definitely does offshore, right? Prayers for Darth Dude. He's fallen ill with dengue fever. He has grown to be an awesome addition to the Lifer family. Oh, really? He got dengue fever, man? I'm going to reach out to him, man. Moment of silence for my man. Pause that. Moment of silence for my man. He's one of the best lifers in the group. Dear Lord, bring our man back up, Darth Dude, to strength as fast as possible. Help him sit, relax, and just get that love, man. I love you, Darth Dude. I appreciate everything you've done for us. Appreciate you all. All right. Man, that stinks. I love that dude. And that thing's pretty serious, that dengue fever, man. I don't even think I'm saying it right. Dengue fever. Building equity for my first rental property. My man. Can't keep a lifer down. No, you cannot. So there's a bullish divergence. However, divergence only gets you, like, can you get a bounce up to resistance and break through 50? Would I jump on into this falling knife right now? Definitely not. I think there's better trades out there, right? I like tight moving averages inside of a pennant. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like going after the bottom of the bottoms and trying to catch. Some people like that. They're like, word, like, they like digging for diamonds. I mean, I'll dig for gems, don't get me wrong. I like to deep dive, and I'll scuba. I'll put on my scuba gear out here in this crypto land, but, I mean, to me, you have a low, you have a high. You almost have a lower low there, technically, and you could be making a lower high. So, there's major resistances here. Also, CRV almost went, like, insolvent, like, technically. The guy had to borrow tons of money. Now, they say there's no way it could go any lower, but, you know, in my mind, that's a descending triangle. And descending triangles are bearish, and they break to the downside. So, I'm not guaranteeing this, and I can't say it will for sure, but that doesn't look good. Now, it probably has a negative target. I've seen this before. It does, which usually means it can't go there. Which, you know, negative targets usually have told me I've bought them before. That's a cool TA trick, right? If the real TA target is negative, then how can you keep going? That could tell you that you'll never hit the measured move, which means you might have to move up. So, like, you could try to, you know, basically you're going for this bounce off the divergence. There is a strong divergence there. But remember, there's resistance at 62. If you can't get back above it, I'd wait for us to get 62, retest it, and then take 62 up to 80 and trade this gap here. See the gap in the VRVP? So, in my mind, would be wait for this to break out, retest this area, and then trade this gap in the VRVP from about 62 to 80 cents. 90 cents even. Looks like you could get a move. But until then, I would not touch this thing unless I was shorting it, really, because it looks, you know, it hasn't shown me that it can get above a resistance. So, until it gets above resistance, there's just no point in messing with it. Let's take a look at our baby MATIC. Everyone, that makes sense to everybody, right? It makes sense to me. I just want to understand. I don't want you to see my TA. I want you to understand my logic behind the technical analysis. I want you to be like, okay, I understand what he was saying. You know, why he implemented that idea at that moment in time, right? Okay, moving forward. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing the most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer, baby. And we're going to help you change your life one step at a time. It's more than trading. You want to be fulfilled at every aspect in this life if you can get there. So look, that's a descending triangle too. I don't like that, right off the bat for MATIC. Major resistance here at 173. Major resistance here at 152. Major resistance here at 119. You bottomed at 34 cents. You had that June insane dump. You're back at that low again. MATIC at 53 cents, right? And, you know, we could see some lower lows. You technically have a slanted inverted head and shoulder here. And you got exaggerated bullish divergence. This is flat while this moves to the upside. This is called exaggerated bullish div. If you find a divergence cheat sheet, see how fast I can get this up for you. Hit the image. Look for this here, and you'll see exaggerated bullish div, right? Exaggerated is when the divergence is flat on price action, but going up on the RSI. Exaggerated bullish divergence, all right? Understand your divergences. You rarely see exaggerated. You don't see it a lot, right? Technically, it's not even. They're both. Technically, it's a strong divergence. I'm sorry, I was using the wicks, and I don't use the wicks. I just didn't zoom in yet. That's swinging down while that's swinging up. MATIC does want to make a move back to the upside. MATIC has a resistance at 69. These are great places to DCA into projects that you really like and appreciate. Anywhere between 20 and 50 cents. You have to start zooming out. You have to have a 4 to 5 year plan. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but for me, I zoom out. I have a 4 to 5 year plan. And I look at it in that way, and I take advantage of that in that section. All right. Attacks the platelet count. Hadn't eaten for 6 days. I'm so sorry to hear that, Darthu. We love you, man. Yeah, boy, it's rough, man. Master Friend class Sundays 12 p.m. Jump into class every single Sunday at 12 p.m. if you want to learn how to trade Levy. All right, Ape 3D. Do you like ZoomX? DENT. I haven't traded ZoomX yet. I have a link for it if you want to jump on it. All right. MaxC right now is working great. Until we see some issues, we will. But I have ZoomX as a backup. Always have a backup. All right. DENT. DENT, that's an oldie but goodie. You're still trading DENT, man? Let's take a look at DENT. This was a hot coin like 5 years ago, right? I don't know why you guys want to buy these coins at the bottom, you know? Anyway, I mean, if you're long-term, if you like the project, this is the perfect time to begin to build bags. But you have to, to build a bag, you also have to be under emotional. You'll build a bag, you'll put in $5,000, it might go down, you might be down to $2,000, you might lose a couple grand. Then you put in another grand at the bottom, it comes back up, you find break even. Like, you have to be, I've been doing this, so I'm a veteran at it. I'm a veteran at DC. Like, I could buy here, put it in a hardware wallet, and I wouldn't care if I was down 5, 10, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. Like, none of that would matter to me. Now, to a beginner, they're like, you went in and you lost money. It's like, no, I'm DCAing. I don't care about the price right now. I care about accumulating more of the coin. I want to make sure I have the coin in the wallet. I want to hold it for 2 years, and I want to sell it. This is a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, all right? This is where you accumulate. When you touch. You'll probably come up again, you'll touch. There's only 5 or 6 times in the 2-year period where you get the best buys where you touch the bottom of the bowl. I've learned this. Look, we can go back in time, and I can show you the exact same thing. And so everyone thinks you have all these buying opportunities, but you don't. You got to pay attention every day. And then there's these nasty red days where you get to take advantage of the market. The market is mainly flat, and then it goes up or down random times. Look at this amount of days here that started in the 29th of August 2019, and it ended in June of 2021. It was a 2-year period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the bowl. You only had 5 touches. They each lasted a couple days to DCA, and you would have gotten the best prices humanly possible, but you would have had to buy the nastiest dumps. So all you have to do is buy the nastiest dumps, have a 2 to 4 year plan, and don't be a sallywag. You know, don't be scared. Don't live in fear. Get rid of fear. Fake emotions acting real. You could die before you ever get to sell. So if you don't even know when you're going to go, then what's the sense of being afraid? All right. So I just gave you like insight. Like, I just basically told you how to DCA in a bear market. I gave you a key example. Now, this may have gone over your head, but since some people, they're going to heed what I just said. So there's always 5 to 7 coins that I do this with every bear market. And I'm buying a lot of them at these levels. I show you guys when I do it on the live stream a lot. And I show you what coins that I'm accumulating, right? Fear is the mind killer, amen. I feel attacked by Sallywag. I know you do. You're soft. It's okay. You were raised soft, you know. It's not my fault. No Sallywag over here. DENT. Darth Dude, hope you get well soon, man. FUD Expert loves you, brother. So it's a falling wedge. You're getting oversold in the 4-day chart, and you have some bullish divergence. That's a very strong indication that you will get a bit of a bounce. And you've double bottomed here. 1, 2. Indication you will get a bounce. I wouldn't be surprised if DENT did get a bounce. If you want to play it safe, wait for it to break back above 009 or 009, and then maybe take this gap. And there's a big gap up here. If we can get above this point of control, boom. And then look how fast it went down. But I think that's going to be somewhere in April of 2024. But you never know. You never know. And nothing wrong with soft, bro. You're funny, man. Shout out to Brett, man. I'm just messing with you, man. Ape 3-day, man. Let's take a look at Ape on the 3-day chart. This song always comes up when the stream is getting closer towards the end. Not exactly at the end, but getting closer towards the end. Let's take a look at ApeCoin here on NEXA. NEXA has all the coins you need. All the hottest. I think I'm gonna look at it on the KuCoin chart just because it was on KuCoin longer, right? No, about the same. Funny, I got work on both charts. Remember when this came out, March 2022? I remember when this coin came out, and we traded it nicely. It's funny how it gave it all back. Remember we pumped that thing. We took advantage of this. We had a bunch of good trades on it. Funny how I remember every one of these moments in time. Well, that's what my mom was saying. She was like, your father read so many books, and he remembered like 90% of what he read. So my dad gave me that like memory. He gave me this crazy memory. And Sammy, do a Mexi versus Zumax video. 2 links, 1 video. And just chance Vexi blows up, you're ahead of the game. Okay. Thanks for all your hard work and dedication, Sam. I like to stay focused, man. Mexi is really working out for me. So I can only say so many things out of my mouth during the stream. So I promote things that I love. I don't really know about ZoomX yet. So I like your idea, but right now I'm a maximal person, and I'm maximizing my vocals on NEXA. I don't want to waste time on anything else. I've learned a lot about efficiency in my life. I've studied efficiency my whole life. I was a night shift worker for 6 years. I worked less if I was more efficient. No one watched me, and I had multiple computers. They gave me access to they didn't tell me I could use every computer, but if I turned it off, did what I had to do, and left it the way, basically closed all my files and shut it back down, and nobody knew I used the computer, and they didn't say I couldn't. So you left me in a place with 50 computers, literally 50, like 4 bays, A, B, C, D, and E, maybe even 6 bays, which were like hallways with like little offices on each, and each had 6 offices, each had 6 computers. I had like 30, 40 computers. So once I started at a night shift, I did a few things first, right? ApeCoin looks like it's going to fall out of bear flag and dump on the 4 hour, man. Doesn't look good to me at all. That looks like it's going lower. I can't, a little bit of divergence there, fine. Maybe it stops. 1 hour's oversold, I mean. It does want to bounce. But again, this is that same scenario. Like, I don't like to touch gum on the bottom of the shoe. Like, they get back above 160 first. 161. Like, show me you can break that resistance out of the divergence. Now, maybe it bounces greatly and gets a huge bounce to the upside, but I think there's just better trades out there right now. Okay, better coins, token metrics buzz. Like, I'll put you in the right place at the right time. All right, man. Dude, RUNE was such a nice short, and I believe it's not done. The daily wants to dump on us. That could be the trade of the month, that RUNE short, man. Honestly, you know what I mean? Should have set up an operation at the place while working a night shift to mine Bitcoin. I could have maybe. I didn't know it at the time. You know what I mean? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's over, man. Sam's MEXC Global Referral link. Thank you. I put the MEXC link, though, pinned here in the comment section. I appreciate you putting it in. It is pinned right here, so you can just click the link right there. Jump into Discord. In the Discord, man. We gave this RUNE short last night. It is paying very nicely. All right? And I didn't put out tons of calls to Monday night. I tend not to go too hard. I want y'all to focus on what I'm looking at. All right? DYDX has been interesting. Some of these decentralized coins have been showing some signs of life. I've been watching this kind of formation of the DYDX here inside of this like tight angled triangle. I want to see it flip the 200 SMA, and it is getting tight, but it's getting oversold. I wouldn't be surprised if it gave a bounce, flipped it, and a retest of 234 looks like we could get a nice move back up to possibly 450. Can we check out NEXA? Shout out to my man. Let's take a look at NEXA, and then we're going to jump on into the news. God bless my whole team and everybody out here. And I have been away from my home, from the main studio now, for over about 12 days. It was Friday. It'll be 2 weeks this Friday, right? So, NEXA, look, I already have it sitting. It's funny. Me and you think alike, man. Whenever I see a setup, you're usually right on with me. Like the other day, I think I like RUNE. You were like, I like that. I like something else. You were like, I like that. Yo, you're spot on, man. You listened. You made it. And I can just hear in your voice and your discipline, you're doing the right things. I'm really happy that you're finding your place in the crypto industry, man. God bless you, brother. And I'm happy you did it through me. I'm happy you were able to learn through me. I'm happy you were able to find your tribe with me and become a lifer, bro. I appreciate you, man. So look, there's a point of control. We say about the point of control, this daily wants to pump. NEXA is interesting to me. And if we lose, we can't lose that much, right? Our stop loss, like, you don't have to risk a lot for a possible pump here. See, this looks better to me. It's not down in the dumps. It's made a low, a high, and a higher low. This is what I'm talking about. It broke back up. It had a bit of hidden bullish right here as it's swinging down on the RSI and swinging up on price action. And it has a lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. This thing is calling my name. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. It's also after hours investing. Who is the man? He doesn't give us trash. He knows what's going on. The 4 hour says we have to wait it out. So wait out the 4-hour time frame. oversold, right? Till it's oversold. It's overbought at the present moment. Shout out to the $85 in chat revenue, the one new membership, and everybody jumping on in today. I really, really appreciate it. Today at about, I think about between 4 and 5, I will be doing a membership live stream. All right, so check out that. I'll do a membership live stream today between 4 and 5. It's going to be outside and in a cool location. Maybe I'll have my iPad with me if you want to look at some charts. But for the most part, it will be like a behind-the-scenes kind of like membership live stream. I do have to figure out the technicals, so if I mess up the technicals, I don't want to promise, but I should, as long as the technicals are fine, I don't see why I won't be able to make a membership live stream. My team and Jamie says I got to make it more scheduled, but we're just going to wing this one. I like to wing things at the beginning, see how they go, and then I kind of get it going. It's only going to be the members here because if you're a member here, you'll have access to it because it's going to be a YouTube live stream. Okay. Much love and respect, Sam GG's. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Okay. And here we are again with the news every single day. Okay. Hi, my name is Samuel. What if I do it without... What if I did that? I never did that before. But... Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I do the YouTube channel Crypto Lifer. And I've been trading for 15 years, and I go over educational YouTube... Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I do the Crypto Lifer show. Together with the Lifers, we do an amazing show, and we go over the news at about 11:30 from 3 to 5 minutes and give you the fastest updates and tell you what's happening in the finance, Web3, and cryptocurrency. Let's jump in right now and see what's happening in the news. Bitcoin looks most oversold since COVID crash. Key indicator suggests Bitcoin's relative strength index has dropped well below 30 to its strongest oversold reading since March of 2020. Hasn't been this oversold in a long time. And the indicator shows extreme oversold conditions. The 14-day relative strength index has dropped below 30, indicating oversold conditions. The indicator has dropped to its lowest since the coronavirus-induced crash of March of 2020. It tells you it's a great place to buy Bitcoin. I'm looking at the fear and greed index a little bit. I like when the fear and greed gets into a shaded area. I'm going to show you how to find that. Just type in fear. I go to it all the time. So if I type in fear, it's going to pop up for me real quick. And I like to get into Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't really like buying, 4,000, 5,000 until we get into these heavy regions. I'm buying 1,500 a lot, but I start up in the ante when we get into the shaded region here. Let me bring this up a little bit into the shaded region. Cut that out, everyone. So here's the fear and greed index. I like to get in when the fear and greed index gets into the shaded region. We were up here and into neutral zones. We're finally getting more fear. I like to see that. It's a good sign. And it's an indication it's time to buy Bitcoin. Do we see lower lows? There's a chance we do. But I do believe taking advantage of these prices right now is a great, is really good. I mean, these are low areas to buy Bitcoin. Anywhere from 15,000 to 25,000, if we can get it again, will be a blessing. And this one timed out. I'm not sure what happened there. Elusive debuts private token swap functionality for Solana. Elusive successfully closed a $3.5 million seed round in November of 2022. Privacy protocol Elusive, funny it's called Elusive, right? Is launching a private token swap tool for Solana. The platform intends to aid users who wish to trade their assets without revealing personal information about themselves. And we're going to eventually get these wrap layers like Taproot and other things that do help us stay anonymous. We don't want people knowing what's in our address every time we do a transaction. Presend also does that, right? Presend doesn't do that, but there are going to be new ways to protect our privacy. And Houdini swap, right? Something that I've mentioned recently. That's what I was thinking about, Houdini swap. FedNow is a reminder that payments aren't crypto differentiator. Existing payments like FedNow systems are hard to beat, but there may be niches where blockchain companies can play, right? Payments, especially through across borders, are often touted as a key use case and value proposition for blockchain. Unfortunately, a look at both the technology competition and regulatory environment doesn't really support the idea. And the launch of FedNow by the Federal Reserve in late July is a good occasion to take a look at why for most people and companies, the value proposition of using crypto or blockchains for basic payment services isn't very appealing. I disagree. I believe when we saw the truckers getting curtailed, when we saw really voices getting pushed down, and we saw a lot of people not being able to speak their voice, I think more and more people actually do care about their own privacy. I think it's different. I think, fine, the common person is going to be easy. But as time goes on, I think the common person becomes more and more learned and understands more about the world, feels more cheated by banks. Eventually, everyone's going to know someone that has been susceptible to some type of economic downturn due to inflation and money printing. So as we educate more people, and that's what I do, we want more people to become an educated crypto lifer, not the person they're talking about here inside of this article. And everyone, that is the news. I hope you had a good time with me and the news. Let's jump back into the music. And let's jump back into a Bitcoin update before I jump on out of here at 11:52 in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. And again, like, everything is different. No live trade today, right? You never know. 4 hours overbought, but the daily's looking nice for NEXA. And learn how to set alerts. If you're not using alerts, you're really giving yourself a disservice. You can't watch 50 to 60 setups that used to. I go through 50, 60 setups in 2 hours. Then I set all the alerts, and then I can walk away. Then when the alerts hit, I can make the trades. Everyone thinks, oh, I'm too busy to trade. I can't trade. I mean, if you're going to trade leverage at high altitude, you're going to have to be at the charts. But if you want to swing, if you want to get in and out, if you want to see what's going on, I mean, it's all about setting the trade and letting the trade play out. Like right now, I'm in a high leverage trade for RUNE, but I'm letting it play out. And I am watching the price 162, but we've crashed all the way from the entry. So next, at 4 hours overbought, set alerts. The daily is oversold. And it's retesting support. Right? And that's why I like NEXA right now. It's got the support of resistance, way better than a lot of the other super chats we looked at today. Not to be rude to other, I love your super chats. Just some of the things we were looking at were bottom of the barrel. All right. And people say, can we look at XRP, please? Just send in a super chat, some more Cabrera, man. All right. Sam, are you still using Alt Tradie? I use Alt Tradie a lot, but I trade on MEXC all the time. I'm trading a lot of futures on MEXC, right? And I'm swing trading. So, I've been manually using MEXC a lot lately until we get it all figured out. Someone asked for the target for RUNE. Let's take a look, and we'll break it down. Let's take a look here on MEXC for Thorchain. So when something pumps up huge and the daily gets away from the 21-day moving average, it has to come back down to the 21, number one. So I pulled the fib, and my target is the 618, 132. I have a take profit set right now at 129, all right? So, and I'm not guaranteeing we get there, but I mean, you got a bearish div, you're overbought on the daily and the stochastics and the RSI, the MACD's extended, and you had falling volume as you were raising. It told me that it was unsustainable that you could continue to the upside. The 4 hour is oversold, and you are getting some wickage. But look, isn't that kind of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder? Isn't that bearish div that has to play out? You can say this is a little messy. I get it. But to me, this was the pattern. And we broke out of it to the downside. And we were making a rising wedge. You can say this is, I feel like this was it. Like we fell out, broke back inside, bearish retest there to the downside. 4 hours still suggests we can go lower, just crossing the dotted line. 1 hour's beat to the ground and does want to get a bounce here. And the 1 hour went right to the what? The 200 SMA. And that could be a good place to take some profit. We may get a bounce and we'll be able to re-enter the short. And that's another thing as a scalp trader. I see this 15-minute getting overbought, not getting above and just continuing. I'm staying in the short. I could take profit now and re-enter. I'm just going to keep the short going. I put my stop loss into break even, and I'm continuing. But my take profit is 129. Other people are at 150. You just got to kind of, what's right for you. Rising wedges break down where they began. It's highly likely we go right here to 138, right? If we go to 138, and these moving averages are far apart too as well, telling me that we could get a move to the downside. So to me, it was pretty obvious the short RUNE last night, the double top right there and the bearish div on the daily and the bigger time frame, right? Even this is hidden bearish. Look, I mean, yeah, kind of, because look, that slopes down. Well, that slopes up. It's a hidden bearish, says we can continue to the downside. You also didn't get up, you're shorted this resistance here, which was the previous top. So you're shorting resistance. Makes sense to me, right? And right now you're at 162.37. The futures are at 132. You're trying to get a bounce here. But you got a death cross right there too on the 15-minute. When's the last time you got a death cross after a big pump up there? Was there you got to drop? So I'm bearish on RUNE right now for sure. Sorry, a little messy in price action, but I'm bearish on RUNE. XRP back to 29 cents for the $2 super chat. God bless you, man. If you have any questions about your 99 membership and course registration or would like to pay with crypto, please email cryptolifers@gmail.com. Email us every single day. We're here for you every day of the week, baby. We don't go anywhere. Shout out to the beautiful people that just jumped in. We have a bunch of new people who had joined the trading group. We love you and we appreciate you. We're going to do everything we can to keep you up to date. Ask as many questions as possible, please. The one pet peeve I have is people join the group. A month later, they leave. They say they didn't get enough. They say they didn't learn. I have a place called Learning TA Questions and Answers. Jump on in here and start asking questions. I've been watching this couple, the 15, this guy, right? Just people talking. But never give up. We got this. We are preparing for the bull run. This is just the beginning. The more we study and learn, the more we collect. Next year, it'll be like Monopoly, pass, go daily. He's right. Just stay focused in here, you know, and ask your questions, draw your ideas, stay focused in here. All right. I'll be jumping in and doing some tutoring the next month for all these new people. I want to find all you new people that came in. When I did that $70 day, there was like 20 new people came in. I want all of you guys in a Zoom together, or everyone can come. I don't want to just single them out, but I want to make sure the new people know proper risk management, know how to set up a trade. I want to make sure everyone is ready to go. I don't want anyone falling through the wayside. So please, if you join my trading group and you're not understanding something, you're getting lost, something's confused, do not leave a month and say, hey, I didn't get enough. We have everything for you. Just let us meet you halfway. Ask the questions. Go out of your way. I have so many resources for you, and we're not going to let you fall to the wayside, all right? If I get to live a great life, then you deserve to live a great life. That's my mantra. That's my belief system. That's why I'm doing what I do. I'm not a greedy person. We should all be able to live awesomely together and have a great life together, all right? So since I've talked, Bitcoin has wicked down and capitulated, basically tried to kind of wick out whoever's around. If we bearish retest in a smaller time frame, this will dump. So let's look at our 1 minute time frame, and you know, you are losing the trend, and you could be bearishly retesting. Let's look at our 5. If you continue further down and you try to get back inside here, that's going to be a short. If you pop back inside and you stay in the pattern, I would long. You know, I still stay long right now out of this falling wedge. Look like they're just kind of playing with a little bit of the, you know, the long liquidations here. All right. XRP Super Chat coming in pretty late. We appreciate you. If Sam can get to it today, we're sure to keep it. I'll do it for him no matter what. I got him, man. I'm new to your group. Not going anywhere. Shout out to Sniper Paul. I love you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't take a day off and I work my butt off. I don't know why you would want to leave the group. I see people leave the group very rarely, but it happens, and I'm always wondering, but you know, things happen, man. People change interests. People move. I get it. Some people learn the sauce and start making good money too, right? And they say, hey, Lifer gave me everything I need. That's what someone said to me. Say, it could be a good thing, you know? So we have strong resistance. I'm expecting a bounce for Bitcoin back to the top of the channel based on the 4, the 15, the 1, the 7, and the 1 hour oversold behavior. But again, no guarantees in trading. And if we continue further and we make a bear flag and a retest, I will short. So I'm open-minded. We're going to know in the next 2 to 3 hours whether the short or long. The aggressive long is now, all right? Just because it's a higher low and it's a falling wedge. You have some probability in your favor you'll break to the upside. And you're respecting a trend line. You lose this trend line, you flip short. It's that simple, all right? Even if you get the good, no way you can scan all the coins. It's true. Even if I get that good, it's true. Zoom out on the daily chart. Look for a bear flag. Looks like a bear flag. I like that you're saying that. He's saying, even if you get as good, you stay in the group because we scan so many coins. Like, we just give you so many, there's so much opportunity. I love that you said that, Burke. You're the man, dude. To me, I believe you are bearishly retesting. You got to get back inside. Look at that. Let's be really a stickler to this trend line. 1, 2, 3. You lost the trend right there. Be careful for a nasty drop back down. First stop will be 25,628. Got to have the huevos to long here. Yeah, he gained and I've lost, but I'm here for the long run. I've gained and I've lost, but I'm here for the long run. I ain't leaving Wolf of Wall Street. I love it. Took the win in Bitcoin call yesterday on the 7-minute. God bless you, brother. Even if you get that, yeah. H-bar 21 and 2 crossing soon. Yikes. Okay. Every single Sunday from 12 p.m. Eastern with Grandmaster Friend, become a leverage master. Stop losing trades. You may not win everyone, but you could mitigate yourself to break even. You don't have to lose. So we're not saying you're always going to win, but we have ways to figure out how to mitigate yourself back to break even. Stay in control. All you need is a small move if you can handle the balance. So he's going to show you some insight that you may never thought possible, things that you didn't even know existed in leverage trading. $150 is a steal for this class. Hit the QR code or the link below. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. Jump on it today. You can hit the link below my videos or the QR code right there. All right. Just being a part of the Lifers community is a blessing. I can't wait to see where we're at in a couple of years. Shout out to Crypto Bellico. I love you, man. Thank you. Not going to lie, I'll be scoping for a RUNE entry. I missed that action looking at other things. I need my slice. Hey, Sam, which is the best RSI indicator on TradingView? Thanks. Just the regular one. I just go up in here and type in RSI. I don't reinvent the wheel. I'll tell you, I keep it simple, baby. And I don't even change the parameters. I keep it default. Whatever you use all the time, you're going to get good at. This looks to me like we're losing the level. You know? You could say, fine, falling wedge, bounce back up, but it'll eventually look like a bearish retest. Watch the smaller time frames for a bear flag here. If we end up making a bear flag or bearishly retesting, this is going to continue to the downside. Technically, it's losing the trend of the falling wedge too as well, and falling wedges break to the downside when they fall down, and they fall down the length of this. Remember, I am more bearish specifically too because you can't get above 26,100 now. Now that's a resistance. You're making more resistances. Can you see how this is playing out? That's a bear flag to me. Again, I know we're so oversold, but I'm just, I'm looking for the confirmation of the smaller time frames. All good, brother, all good. I am perfect in trading since taking Master Friend's class. Crazy, it opened my eyes big time. I love it. I love it. See what he's saying? Take the class today. I was there this past Sunday. I dig his style. Tap in one time for the friend, my man. What's the current cold wallet of choice? I use Trezor right now. All right. Join us on the gains, friends. Amen. And remember, we're still pulling in gains. RUNE is falling to the downside. Like, it's about to go lower than it's ever been, right? This trade is no reason to close these trades. Bitcoin's looking bearish too as well. You got to know what side of the trade to be on. All right. We're banging on them right now, up 144% gains. And we're still in the trade, baby. No reason to stop. I'm going to do XRP, and then I'm out of here for the day. God bless everybody for jumping on in. XRP, USDT. And MEXC, man, sign up to MEXC. I'm telling you right now, pay 0 spot maker and taker fees. I went to buy $5,000 of Bitcoin. Ended up paying $150 over the price on Coinbase. On Binance US, actually, because I didn't think they'd hit you like Coinbase. I didn't realize, but they do. And then I ended up overpaying about $500 for Bitcoin, which I never should have. So just remember, MEXC I could have bought Tether on the exchange. I could have sent the MEXC to the exchange, and then I would have been ready to rock. And I would have been able to buy Bitcoin with 0 spot maker and taker fees. Like, I wouldn't have paid any fees at all. And I would have got the actual spot price as well. All right. XRP to me wants to bounce off the bottom of this channel. I would expect the daily to bounce with Bitcoin. All right. I'll get rid of this fib for a second. This falling wedge broke to the downside technically, and you fell back inside the pattern. I was bullish on the retest. We didn't get it. We fell in the pattern. Once you fall inside a pattern, though, I just erased that we actually made it out and came back in. Remember, I even said I don't see huge things happening if the case. I said a little bit of a bump, but Sammy, let me get a let's go, baby. Shout out to Tony Rosas. Let's go, baby, in the house, Tony. Shout out to you in here. God bless you, brother. So I wouldn't touch XRP. This is really simple. I like these trades. Now, you can aggressively enter here, but I wouldn't touch it till it broke out and retest it again, and then I take the retest. Act like this never happened. Just negate this and act like you just did this. I've played it many times, and I've even seen breakouts come again after the fake breakout. So I'm bullish on XRP on the daily. Again, it all affects Bitcoin. What Bitcoin does, if Bitcoin does a bearish retest and drop, this will drop. All right, and your level to look at is 34 cents. Or 30 cents, sorry, 30 cents. Am I bullish or bearish? I like the bounce here in the respecting of the trend line. 3-day chart's also getting pretty beat with a wick to the upside. So the bigger time frame suggests that you've gotten bought back up by the whales. There's not much more sell pressure by the bigger money. The bigger money has swooped in. Broadening falling wedge. Anybody? You know? You made your first higher low. There's a chance we start to get the breakout. The smart move or the safe play would to wait, see resistance, wait for XRP to flip 54 cents and then ride it out of the channel. Take half profits at 85 and see if it could continue. Waves USD 1 hour to the 200 SMA, possibly 7-minute quick scalp on spot. More with leverage. It's funny you said that. I was looking at waves last night. Let's take a look at what you're seeing with waves here. Shout out to Joshua Jelowick. God bless you for coming through. I love that I have a trading style. Once you have a trading style, it's rock on. Now, what I don't like is see how the price action is below the 200 SMA? It's okay, but you'd like it. It's better off when you're above the other moving averages. Right now, this says we could just go lower. You see? I feel like we have a resistance. And that's a broadening rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern that breaks to the downside, you see? You may bounce up to the 200 SMA, but you got to flip the 21 first. This would be more where we were supposed to pump up. See, it already happened. See, you got tight and you made the move and you almost went up. I bet the 30-minute or the 45-minute hit the 200 SMA. Look, you'll see. See? Tight moving average, you pumped up. But now that you've lost it, not the worst. We may get a bounce. I'll watch it closely. It's just not in the perfect spot, but you're getting it. You're getting it. You're close. You're getting it. It does look like we can get a bounce here. There's a hidden bullish divergence. Look at this. That's swinging down while that's swinging up. That tells me that we could get a bounce to the upside for waves. So watch waves for this pump back up. Still not amazing, though. TENET is going up microcap and AI. I like TENET. I like the project. It's been on my radar. I like the consolidation. The candles show you that there's not a lot of volume. But I do like this consolidation. 15 minutes overbought says we can come back down to the bottom of the pattern first. Look how fast we just did that. I mean, that's the fastest TA in the game. Comes back down, retest, wait for this to hit, nail it. Is the 1 hour and the 4 hour playing ball for us? Or are we going to have trouble? 1 hour's in. I'll just see the 4 hours, the bigger boy. I want to see the 4 hour oversold. It is. We can get some movement. We got a golden cross there too as well. TENET showing signs that it can get some love. Let's look at our daily. I've expunged my... Daily's a little overbought. It says we're just going to go sideways. Kind of an Adam Eve. So, you know, I've seen better. But it does look like you can get a pump here on the 1 hour. 14% gains out of TENET. And I'll keep an alert here. When the 15-minute comes down, chance we can get a scalp on the 1 hour time frame. For TENET. God bless everybody here. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. I got to jump on out. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, and then I'm out of here for the day. I think we just looked at Bitcoin, though. I'm pretty sure we did. Pretty sure I just did Bitcoin. Yeah, and then I did XRP at the end. We're dropping. And this is going to be, these moving averages are tight. And the 200, it looks like you're going to continue to drop here. You lost that key level. Nasty. Watch the smaller time frames for a bearish retest of this channel. Look, that's a bear flag right there. Wouldn't be surprised if you drop. You got to get back inside here to remain bullish. So I wouldn't touch a long till you got back in there. I'd remain short right now for Bitcoin. Measured move is 25,635. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Up 150% gains from the call last night on Rune Short as we continue to roll, baby. As we continue to roll. God bless everybody here on the live. I'm telling you right now, you better join this leverage class. I learned so much, and I've been trading for 15 years. You'd be pompous to believe that you wouldn't learn a lot from this leverage class. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. God bless you all, and I thank you for kicking it with me on another beautiful day here on the interwebs. Thank you. Gratitude is the attitude. I stay in gratitude every single day of the week, baby. I love you all. Stay blessed. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. You can, you will, you are the best. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back today at 1 o'clock for BOOKMAP. Remember, 1 to 2, I do BOOKMAP every single Tuesday. I can't wait to see you there. We're going over Bitcoin in the order books. We may just catch a trade. The last time we did it, we caught more trades. And this 1 minute bear flag is breaking to the downside. I just want to point this out. Your measured move on a scalp is to 25,800. Looks like you're going to get that measured move. I'm more bearish than bullish because you can't get above key levels. What are you going to do? Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. I love y'all. Thank you. I don't want to leave today. You can tell. I just don't know how to say bye.